I'm Stephanie,
I'm Meredith.
and welcome to This Is My Circus Christmas Eve edition.
Christmas Eve. Doo-doo-doo.
Well, we aren't recording Christmas Eve, but
No,
it's almost Christmas Eve.
it's Christmas Eve Eve.
Yes. So,
Jackson loves Christmas Eve
what
Eve. I do too,
do
actually.
you guys do?
Nothing.
Oh.
But it's just like the craziness of the season's kind of winding down. Everything that's you're going to get done has pretty much been done at this, or you should be done at this point. Not me.
Me either.
But I mean, like, you're really not going to do any more shopping. You're really not going to have any more parties to go to that just pop up. All that. It's more of the just chill time. School's out for him. They're done with their exams or whatever. So I like from this point
On.
up. Yeah.
Well, I have nothing done. Nothing.
I know.
Other than I grocery shopped.
I did an online order
9
that I picked up, and I did a Walmart order, and I thought I was picking it up at 9 a.m. today,
p.m.
last night. So here I go last night, but positive, there was nobody out.
Very
I did not have to wait. I've got nothing planned as far as like meals and food, though. I mean, we've got stuff I can throw together, but like nothing
Yeah.
that I've intentionally bought for.
Yeah.
Thanks for rescheduling. We were supposed to record. I had like a 24-hour bug. It was crazy. So Saturday night, I went to sleep in our guest room because I just didn't feel good and I just wanted space. So I went in there and I laid down. And by the time I laid down, our guest room is upstairs. Jackson's bedroom's upstairs. Our master's down. So I was in the guest room, and by the time I got in bed, I was freezing. And I texted Jackson, "Can you please bring me some socks and another blanket? I'm freezing." So he did. He gave me like a pair of his football socks, and you know how thick those are. And he was like, "These are the thickest ones I had, Mama." And I was like, "Okay." And then he made sure I was covered up good. And then by the time like I got comfortable, then I started just drenching sweat. So my fever broke. And it was like the shortest. It was crazy. It's crazy, wasn't it, Rex? It was just a really short but miserable thing. Then I didn't want to, go anywhere and give it to everybody else and stuff. So
Dylan's got a little bit of a funk, but
yeah.
no fever, just a head cold, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I started losing my voice last week. We had basketball, and I have some stories for
I know.
you.
I was just gonna say the fight. I need to know.
So how did you hear about the fight?
You told
I told
me.
you about the fight.
Yeah. You texted me
Okay, yes. Well, so we were playing.
before we get into that.
Yes,
You've got little Jeffy earrings.
I do.
They're so cute.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we had basketball game last week. It's Thursday night. We were playing against Gaffney. And we're kind of chippy with them the whole time. Like, I mean, there wasn't like a lot of fighting and stuff, but it's physical. It's one of the teams that we know we're going to do that with. And the last minute of the game, one of our players gets in against another one of their players, and these kids have had beef back and forth since they were like in the 7th grade. It's kind of been like a running joke. Okay, last minute of the game, this kid gets in.
On the other team or our team?
Our team.
Okay. Our like is my kid.
Right. Well, so the kid from Gaffney had been playing the whole game. Like, and he was fine. I mean, he's running his mouth, but it doesn't affect other people the way it does this other kid. So they're starting mouthy. Gaffney kid pushes our kid. Our kid walks away, runs his mouth again. Like, it was back and forth, and our kid kept walking away. Well, our kid's sister ran on the court.
That would be me. That would be me. That would be me.
Our kid's sister ran on the court to don't know what. And because the sister ran on the court, then the brother ran on the court, and the mom ran on the court. So the fight moved from the end of the basketball court to kind of in the hallway. So it wasn't on the court anymore, and it was just a whole bunch of people, whatever. All our kids came up off the bench like they were going to go. People behind me are yelling. Like at this time, the dance team is like walking out. Like their coach is like, I'm glad. I don't get involved when stuff like that happens.
Oh, girl.
But
you'll watch it.
So Mom starts walking out of the scuffle. Jackson and Juicy look like they're getting ready to go get in the brawl. No. So I come down off the bleachers and I'm right in front of them on the other, like across the court, yelling at them, stay on the bench. I'm yelling that. Mom comes walking out. Mom turns back around to them, continues to talk trash, talking about meet me outside.
How about that?
How about that? And I'm like, we're not doing that. I know we all came through metal detectors to get in, but who knows what we all have outside. So I'm gonna go get her and I'm gonna stop this madness.
Okay.
I took off at a run. I did not walk. I ran until my legs said no more. And they stopped, and I belly flopped on the floor in the gym. You would have died laughing. I've got the video I'm going to show you.
Oh my
I
God.
thought about you. I was like, Steph would die laughing at this because I know how you are about people falling. I'm just glad I didn't like pee when I fell or something because, you know, I'm old. Nothing else happened other than the fall. So I fall. This woman comes over to like ask me if I'm okay. And I'm like waving her towards the mom. I'm like, I'm fine, get her. Like, don't. And she's like, okay.
What did Jackson do?
Jackson didn't see me fall.
Oh, okay. Because someone would have busted out laughing at me.
Everything was situated. Everything got calmed back down. The cops got called. That's still being worked out, whatever, I don't know. The kids had their punishment on suspensions and stuff like that. But some of the kids came out of the game. They're like, Ma, are you okay? I saw you fall.
We got it on video. No.
Well, that's the thing. There's cameras everywhere in schools. There's video of me falling. Luckily, you cannot tell it's me because it's not close up.
It's bad surveillance.
It's like my mind said, fight or flight. This is it. This is what you've prepared for. But my body said, stop, drop, and roll. Do you want to see it?
Oh my God.
Steph, it was great. You want to see the whole thing or just me falling?
Just you falling.
So anyway, you've seen the video. How would you describe me falling?
Eloquent. Graceful.
Very graceful. It's like I could feel it.
You were swimming.
It's like I could feel it coming, and I just couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, you tried. You tried to.
I tried
to get that balance back.
Yeah, I did.
But you did say that like anytime you fall or you do something, it's very. What was the word you used? Like
dramatic,
yes,
maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. I do. I'm very over exaggerate things when stuff like that happens.
Well, speaking of over exaggerate, did you see that photo of Justin Timberlake?
Oh.
I mean, that was perfect, like segue to that. But his micro area,
His micro peen. I did. Did you see like the poor Jessica Biel comments and stuff?
I saw it serves him right for the Janet fiasco, wardrobe malfunction, and then in the next concert he was wearing a really long shirt in that same and not leather pants.
I don't know why nobody noticed that before.
And then somebody has tagged Britney Spears, like not that she runs her own social media. Britney, is this true?
That's hilarious.
Feel it, girl.
That's right. I hadn't seen anything from her lately, but I hadn't really looked. Have you? She just had a birthday.
Yeah, and like she put out all these really weird videos. I don't think that's her. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really, really don't.
Yeah, that was. What do you remember where that concert was?
I don't.
Justin Timberlake?
I don't, but I laughed.
Oh yeah. I used to. God, I loved him.
So did I.
But
now he's a
douchebag. Douche canoe.
Douche canoe. Captain Douche Canoe.
Captain Douche Canoe.
Yeah, so I saw that. That was
great. That was great. I saw it come into and I was like, they got to be talking about the lack of.
Yes.
It was just like I was scrolling so quick and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
No, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the comment section was on fire.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. 100%. It was great.
I saw also Blake Lively.
Oh yeah.
The lawsuit.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting. So I had been wanting to watch that movie.
Okay.
Was that It Ends With Us?
Yes.
Okay. I had been wanting to watch the movie and I ended up watching it yesterday and it was pretty good. So the lawsuits are she is suing her co-star for inappropriate.
Okay, so
do you have
the allegations that were in here? She's pressing sexual harassment charges against Justin Baldini. Is that how you say his
I think
last-
so, yeah.
Okay. Blake's demands included asking to no longer be shown nude videos or pictures of women by Justin. She also demanded Justin stop mentioning his alleged previous pornography addiction, discussing his sexual conquests in front of her or anyone else, bringing up the cast and crew's genitalia, asking about her weight, and talking about her late father. She also demanded there be no more adding of sex scenes, oral sex, or on camera climaxing by Blake outside of the scope of the script that Blake had already approved before signing the project. The studio obviously approved those requests. Justin's attorney said that obviously they denied the allegations, saying the lawsuit is her way of trying to fix her negative reputation because there was all of that like back and forth when they were promoting the movie. He insisted the claims were false, outrageous, and intentionally salacious with an intent to publicly hurt. What's more, the lawyer told TMZ Justin was never the problem on set. Instead, it was Blake. He claimed she was a nightmare to work with, threatening to not show up on set, threatening to not promote the film, ultimately leading to its demise during release.
Wow.
Now, she said also in the same article that the reason that she had, kind of put a stop to this with the director, like,
Right.
complaining about supposedly these allegations. So I sure got like a slap on the hand if this is all true. So he used all of the conflict while they were promoting to kind of like have power over her or like to put her in her place.
I wondered why now was this stuff coming out?
Because she got such a bad rap because he's a self-proclaimed feminist.
He sounds like he's a douchebag too. Like, talking about your pornography addiction and other people's junk and, I mean, all the other things that are just inappropriate for your co-workers.
Now, when the movie came out, there was stuff said. I mean, some of this stuff was told about him making like comments about her weight, being like she was overweight.
She's gorgeous.
He had made a lot of comments about her body on set. So there was some of this already out. So that leads me to think,
yeah,
maybe it's true.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
That's one thing I've always liked about her though, is she's
real.
Right. She's curvy.
Yeah.
She's not, I mean, she's still small, but she is not, I still in my head have like the Kate Moss images of how girls were when I grew up, how everyone was supposed to be. So,
yeah.
I think she's really pretty. I hope that it's not true, but if it is true, I don't know. I mean,
she did get a really like storm of negative stuff from the promotion of the movie because how he was spinning it.
Yeah.
So I could see if she hadn't taken it that far. It said that whatever, I don't know what businesses she owns or whatever she's associated with, but it did take a negative hit on all of the other things.
Wow. I love it when oh my gosh, I just blanked on her husband's name, Ryan Reynolds. I love it when they go back and forth on Insta.
Yeah.
Usually they're cute.
Yeah. Did you see the 50 Cent interview on Flagrant?
No.
Do you ever watch that podcast on YouTube? Okay. So Andrew Schultz, he's a comedian. It's his podcast. And he's got other guys on there with him. I love 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Like, he's so freaking funny.
Yeah.
And he's so petty.
Yeah.
And the stuff that comes out of his mouth.
I know you love the pettiness.
He is such a great interview to watch because he really doesn't hold back much. Like, you can tell, like, he's just like, it is what it is. You know?
Right.
So it was 2.5 hours long, but I got just the highlights of that. I feel like you would appreciate.
Okay.
So it started off in the first 30 seconds of Andrew telling 50 that he ran his co-host Alex off the corner that he used to sell illegal items on. It was the first 30 seconds. Like, they were all laughing, and 50's like, why do you gotta be so messy?
That's funny.
And then the dude told the story of how he had a corner in New York, and a couple of dudes from Jamaica, Queens, came out and was like, G-Unit. And he was like, all right, you can have it.
Oh my gosh.
So they all laughed, but I was like, first 30 seconds out the gate.
I mean, yeah.
They talked about Diddy, obviously. He told the story of when Diddy offered to take him shopping. Like, the whole story.
Oh, yeah.
They were at a wedding. And Nori was there. Like, Nori was, like, standing like, right there. And Puffy was like, oh, yeah, you're big now. Yeah, we should hang out. Let me take you shopping. And 50 turned and looked at Nori, and he was like, you hear this? Like, did he just say this to me?
Right.
And Nori was like, oh, it's Puffy. Like, he...
Right.
Yeah, so they're like, well, what did you say to him? He's like, I walked away. We were at a wedding. What am I going to do at a wedding? Like,
right.
He's like, but obviously Meek wasn't as offended as I was because he's wearing the matching clothes.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And then, like, the best part of that whole section was he goes, Puffy wasn't in the closet. He was in the hallway.
That's a good quote.
It's like, that's amazing. He said that people have been telling him that he was a hater for years because he's been talking trash about Puffy for years. And he said, people said I was a hater for years. Now everybody's like, ah, my ass is hurting. He talked about Jay-Z and the new allegations about Jay-Z.
Okay.
He said that his statement was gaslighty.
Uh-huh.
He didn't say gaslighty, but he said that Jay-Z's statement was, if I did something wrong, press criminal charges. They can't press criminal charges because they're past the statute of limitations. So he said it was, yeah, he can say that because nobody can do that right now. I mean, for the allegation that's out. He didn't say whether he thinks it's true or not. He just said that his statement was.
He was saying all kinds of things, wasn't he?
It was such a good interview. He talked about how Jay-Z was trying to block him from the Super Bowl. He said that he spun it.
I still think that's so weird.
Me too. He spun it trying to tell 50 that it was the NFL that didn't want him and that the NFL had a problem with him.
Oh.
Not Jay.
Right.
He was trying to like,
he didn't
and he was like, he couldn't even be like.
He couldn't even say it with his chest.
Yeah. Oh, and Drake's lawsuit. He did touch on that.
Okay.
And said that he understands why he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, do you agree with it? And he just said, all I'm going to say is I understand why.
Okay.
Because Kendrick's going to do in the Super Bowl halftime.
Right.
And they're going to play that song.
Right.
Calling him a pedophile.
Uh-huh.
And
oh, yeah.
You're going to have that.
Oh, yeah.
At the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
So.
If people didn't know before, they gonna know now.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
If you have a spare 2.5 hours.
Go check it out. Will you link it in our notes? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was my.
I like that.
Pop culture for the day.
I like the pop culture. Now, normally, at this time in our pod, we'd talk about our book.
Mm-hmm.
But we are going to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got some feedback. And not all of you people are readers. No, I'm just kidding.
But even the people that are reading,
yes,
we do a lot of spoilers now. And so if you haven't read the book, then you can stop when we get to the book.
So we're going to put the...
But you shouldn't ever stop.
No, can't stop, won't stop. We're going to put the book stuff towards the end, at the end. We're going to do everything else, and then at the end we'll do the book.
Yes.
And we're just going to try this format for a little bit and see how it feels.
And let us know, give us feedback.
Let us know. We appreciate the feedback.
We do.
Our feelings will not be hurt. Well, even if they are, we'll get over it.
We won't come for you.
Right. Right.
So this episode was Christmas presents.
Yes.
So I did a little Googling. I Googled.
You Googled? You gave it a Goog?
Uh-huh. And I found an article on BuzzFeed. So
okay.
Legit.
Yeah, 100%.
People are sharing the worst Christmas presents they've ever gotten. Would you like to give it a go?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I will have to think about it. I can't really remember crappy gifts, so let me think on it.
Okay.
How about you? Can you remember something that you got that was like just a terrible gift?
No, not that I can say on air.
Okay.
All right, so this is 16 horrible gifts.
Okay, great.
Okay. All right, so number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was a 3rd grade teacher. One of my students' moms had her business selling sex toys at home parties. She gave me a vibrator, which I opened in front of the whole class because the girl insisted I open her present. The mom wrote me a note that said it would keep me warm on cold winter nights.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Could you imagine?
The mortification on
everybody's face.
Yeah, everybody.
Well, the kids
Luckily,
might not.
The kids
probably
shouldn't know.
Hopefully don't know.
Right.
Oh my.
That's great.
Okay, number 2.
My mother-in-law gave me lingerie and then told me to try it on. Oh my gosh.
Number 3, nothing, which is what I got from my now ex-husband for 2 decades.
Oh. Now, I get the little box with divorce on the inside on that graphic. I get it if that's your plan. Like, Brad and I really don't do gifts. Yeah. But when you're expecting something or, yeah.
Hopefully not for 2 decades that she was expecting. I mean, that went out the window after year 2.
For the first decade? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, number 4. A "you're fired" notice from my job. They put that in a gift box. That is terrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I would be devastated.
Like a secret Santa.
What if it was one of those games where, like, you don't know who's getting what gift? And that just happens to be the one you end up with at the end.
Oh my God.
Like a white elephant.
The boss gets fired.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Right.
5, a meat-based cookbook from my now ex-mother-in-law. She knew I had become a vegetarian and disapproved. You gotta love mother-in-laws.
Man, my goodness. Okay. From my now ex-husband, a Christmas card addressed to him with his name crossed out and mine written in.
Talk about regifting.
Wow. Wow.
Number 7, a gift card with nothing on it.
Oh my gosh.
Like, okay, so there was a lot of scams though with gift cards
Mm-hmm.
around this time, so
Mm-hmm.
it might not have been intentional. It might have just been like the person
Right.
that was supposed to load the card
Got
loaded a different card,
yeah, got scammed.
because that does happen around the
Yeah.
holidays.
Yeah, 100%. Or you're just not very well liked person.
That too, but I'm gonna try to stay
You
positive.
sure are. You sure are.
It is the holidays.
It is.
So homie, as my shirt says.
I know, I like it. It's really cute. Okay. Number 8, a kitten. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my cat, and I'm so happy to have her. But when my mom got her for me, it was a poorly thought out surprise. It was even a surprise to my grandparents, who I live with, and had no idea they'd be getting a cat in their house. She also didn't provide litter or cat food, so my Christmas became a fetch quest of trying to get together everything the kitten needed while all the stores were closed.
Number 9, a one-person tent and lantern from my mother-in-law. All these mother-in-laws, man. My
Right,
gosh.
right.
All right, a one-person tent and lantern from my mother-in-law. We were struggling to pay the bills back then, and she said in front of everyone, "This is in case you guys get evicted."
Wow. I'm just speechless. I hope one day when Jackson's married, I have more tact and class than some of these witches. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. A half-used bottle of bubble bath. I knew it was used because it clearly ran down the sides of the bottle and dried up.
Oh.
That's gross.
Number 11, peanut butter-filled pretzels. I'm deathly allergic to peanuts.
Oh my God. Maybe they didn't know.
From the mother-in-law.
Yeah, yeah. During the first Christmas with my dad, his new wife and her kids, they opened designer handbags, DVD box sets. This was almost 20 years ago. Electronics, etc. I got a bottle of shampoo.
You know what that reminds me of the Charlie Brown Halloween, like, I got a rock.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. My ex got me a 6'3" guy, a woman's medium hoodie. I was so mad about it. She had a habit of getting other gifts that are actually for her.
Oh, she bought, oh,
She bought him, who is 6'3",
a hoodie that would fit
a
herself.
female medium-sized hoodie.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
My ex gave me a blank photo album and told me my job was to fill up the album with photos of us. He basically gave me a homework assignment for Christmas. I like the thought. Like, we're going to do so much fun stuff. We're going to have this album, but that didn't sound like it was phrased that way.
No.
Your face.
I got the chicken pox for Christmas. That was not fun.
Number 16, socks when I was a kid. Now I want socks. We used to always get from my aunt. So it was actually my great aunt. So it was my grandfather's sister and her family, like the gripper socks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not a sock wearing kid. Well, I know I was, but I was gonna say like around the house and stuff, but I was. But I'm
Nobody wants socks on their kids.
and I wasn't 70. Like now, give them to me.
Especially with your fall.
Yes, give me the gripper socks. I need to wear them in the gyms. I need suction cups. Yes, I need them everywhere. I need knee pads. Need a helmet. I need all the things. Yeah, that was probably like, and we knew every year we were going to get that.
Yeah. So there was one other one that had bad gifts.
Okay.
I feel like were pretty funny.
Okay. Ish.
Yeah. So coffee cup, which I love a coffee cup. Like if it's a good coffee cup, like a good size, and it's got like a good design.
What are are those what you're looking for in a coffee cup? I'm also looking for when you put it in the microwave, the handle doesn't get hot.
That's a good feature.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like a small cup because I don't want to have to like refill them.
Right. Right.
And certain cups, I feel like the coffee gets colder quicker.
Yeah. Right. But I don't want it like how a Yeti or whatever does it, piping hot. I do want it to be able to cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, of course, dishwasher. Okay.
Yeah, because I hate hand washing dishes.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I'm a sucker for like a good design though.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah.
I like it. And I'm with you. I want them a little bit bigger. So by the time I had my cream and
Yeah.
sugar and stuff in there, I've got plenty of room.
Hmm.
Lovely.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't. Let's do agree or disagree
Okay.
with these. Okay. So
Okay.
do you agree or disagree with the coffee cup?
I'd like a coffee cup.
I do too.
Okay. I
And
mean,
you
I have way too many, not
and
gonna lie.
and you can fill it with stuff.
You can fill it with candies or a
Hmm.
gift card
Yep.
or just some socks.
A Walmart gift card. Now I will take a Walmart gift
I
card.
would take a Walmart gift card any day for any occasion for just because it's Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, number 3 coming in hot.
Socks.
Creating moments of disappointment on Christmas morning since you were a child. Do you know how expensive socks are,
Yes,
though?
because Dylan just asked me
Yes,
for
like a 6-pack of Nike socks or
well,
something.
so yeah, he said he was out of white cheese. He
Okay.
needed new boxers and socks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much I spent?
$100.
Almost.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So Jackson likes Nike socks,
Mhm.
and I'm to the point where, okay, if they're going to not get holes in them and they're going to really hold up longer, that's fine. That's great. Let's get them. And he has to get the extra large ones.
Mhm.
And a 6-pack is almost like $40.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's bananas.
Yeah. I ordered him 2 packs, like 2 6-packs, or maybe it was 8 packs, I don't remember, of socks. And it was so much. Just that I got the free shipping and all that. And I was like, for freaking socks. I know.
Personal hygiene products like toothbrushes, mouthwash, razors. For stocking stuffers,
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's okay.
Yeah, I do too.
You got to take up room.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So the first year we had Jackson and we did a stocking, I was blown away at how much it costs to do a stocking. I was like, oh, $25, we can fill stock. No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot, and you can even make it more.
Yeah. So one year for Dylan, because all the stuff he wanted was bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got him, like I think it was the year that he got a new lacrosse gear, maybe.
Yeah.
But instead of doing a bunch of junk in his stocking,
Mm-hmm.
I did like on paper, like I made him like figure out the puzzle, and it was a gift card for like Fortnite skills or
Nice.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it was one word on every piece of paper, and he had to
Figure out the sentence.
yeah. So because he opened it, he like emptied out the stocking, and it was just a bunch of pieces of paper, and he's like, "What the heck?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Figure it out." And
Yeah.
it took him like 10 minutes or whatever to string
Yeah.
along
That
all of it.
works.
So
I like that.
instead of wasting a bunch of money on
Yeah.
knickknacks. The ugly Christmas sweater. And I'm assuming this isn't like the intentional ugly Christmas sweater. I'm assuming it's like your old aunt got you a
Uh-huh.
ugly Christmas sweater.
I'm not a fan of giving a gift that represents the holiday.
Yeah, because then you can't use
So,
it.
right. So
Yeah.
for Christmas, don't give me something Christmassy. For Valentine's Day, don't get me a Valentine's bear.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You get that, people?
Take notes, Brian.
Right, 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 right.
Um,
Candles from the dollar store. I mean, I like
No-
candles that smell good.
know your audience.
That's true too.
Yeah,
That's true. Well, okay.
that's a dollar store candle.
Can I smell it?
Mm-hmm.
It smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so snobby, people.
Yes, agreed. You guys are bougie.
Uh-huh. A corny keychain. Who's it from?
I like a good corny joke.
You sure do. You sure do. Is it from a kid that I've kind of taken under my wing that's given me something, telling me that how amazing I am? Give it to me.
Is it funny?
Right. Is
Is
it
it-
dad jokey?
I mean, I need details. All right, surprise! I got you a pet for Christmas.
As
Listen, I do. If it's a reptile, I agree. If
yeah.
it's a fluff, I disagree.
It, but I'm such a planner.
Mm-mm, I'm
I
not.
think I think it would kind of freak me out to just all of a sudden
No, I jump in like,
you head first. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be,
yeah.
but I would also be a little bit like, oh my gosh.
Give it to me.
Okay. Okay.
But no, like reptile
No reptiles.
things.
Yeah.
No, and it needs to be a fluff.
A floof.
Mhm.
Like the one last week. The bush baby with the big eyes.
Uh-huh.
A new t-shirt.
I disagree again.
I do too. What's wrong with a t-shirt? Shows you really didn't put a lot of thought into your purchase.
Because if it has a good saying on it,
Right.
when we do our trip,
Yeah.
We need to do that. The
The
t-shirt.
t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like everybody buys a
Yeah.
t-shirt for somebody else.
I like that. And I like the ones who, it's like the one who does something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can do that. We need to get on that planning.
Hats.
Oh, yeah.
We
Because
do
we're,
the hats as like the I bring the whatever.
oh, yeah.
And then we can do the trade a t-shirt.
Great. Great.
Weight loss program.
That would piss me
That would
off.
piss me off too.
That would piss me off. Like, I know I'm fat. I don't need everybody else telling me I am and spending money on it. Same thing with the next one, which is exercise bike.
So one year, and I don't remember if it was for Christmas or our anniversary, I did ask Brandon for a
I was
treadmill.
gonna say unless I ask for
Yeah.
it.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was
If
like
you ask for it.
that was like way, way, way early, like
Mhm.
first or second year of
Right.
marriage. Yeah, we were married because we were in Tennessee. But that's when I was like running I mean, I was running
Right.
probably like 6, 7 miles a day.
Wow.
And running outside in the cold was not it.
Right. I don't blame you. But yeah, if you ask for workout shoes or workout gear or whatever, that's different.
Yeah.
And I highly disagree with this next one. Calendars and office supplies. I'm a sucker for that stuff. Are you?
I am, but then I don't use it.
I know. I know. I know.
I love the idea of being organized,
Uh-huh.
but I am just not that
I
person.
like to look
I
too at all the notebooks and the calendar, the
You
planners.
see my stack of notebooks?
I know. I have a stack at home too.
I,
I have a stack of them from where I like go to conferences and stuff, and you get the notebook.
no, I'm like, oh, it's purple.
Oh,
I'll use this.
that'll get you too. That'll get you too. I don't disagree with. I mean, I don't agree with number 14
A
either.
paperweight? I
I
don't
mean,
know if I've ever had an
I
actual.
I haven't either, but like, it just popped in my head to get like a golden snitch from Harry Potter. Like, somebody give me that. Somebody, please get me one as a paperweight. But I mean, I would love that because it would mean that they knew that I loved Harry Potter,
Yes.
or like a little miniature stack of books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm giving you guys great ideas.
No, I can see that. I've never owned one, and I would never cross my mind.
You know what? They're kind of outdated now too,
Yeah.
because we're so much,
Digital,
yeah.
other than our stacks of organizing things that we don't use.
The organizing things we don't use and the things that we probably need to shred.
Like,
Yeah, I have some of those little tags too. Cash.
oh, that's dumb. Everybody likes cash.
Oh my gosh. Whoever wrote this list, they don't like presents.
Whalehouse is the website. Self-improvement books. Now, this can go either way.
Yeah,
If you know your audience,
right.
it could be good.
Yeah,
But if it's like you're a hot mess, fix your life,
right.
maybe not.
Right. If you're giving me a book on something I'm interested, like the self-help for if I'm interested in meditation, and you know that that's where I'm trying to like get to, yeah, I think that's a thoughtful gift. Wellhouse failed. Cleaning tools.
That's
I'm not upset. I wouldn't be upset with some of that stuff either. Like a really nice oh my gosh. I want one of like the Bissell spot things. Do you have one?
oh, I just got the Dirt Devil one.
Yeah, and we don't even have much carpet, but I just really want one.
I got it for the stairs because like the
Yeah.
big carpet cleaner is such a pain in the
Yeah.
butt, and like the little hose thing doesn't work right. So I
Right.
got the small one for the stairs.
Have you used it yet?
Mhm.
You like it?
It doesn't hold a lot of water though, so you have to like do it.
Oh, gotcha.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So see, I wouldn't be mad about something like that.
If I asked for it,
Oh, 100%.
and if it was like what like somebody would end up getting you like like the spinning brush thing that's all over TikTok,
Yeah.
but there's some really bad knockoffs.
Yes.
So if you got like the bad knockoff version,
Good point. Yeah.
it's got to work.
And it's got to be something you ask for. And the other thing is it's got to be something exclusively for you.
Yes.
Because if you're getting like somebody a microwave for Christmas, everybody uses that.
Yeah.
Like that's,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if somebody said wine stoppers,
I don't have a problem with them.
I don't know if I want it as my Christmas gift though,
Yeah.
unless it was a Harry Potter one.
And it depends, like, where am I getting it from?
Yeah.
Right? Is it a $5 gift exchange where
Yeah.
people are just bringing that? And
Right.
that's what I ended up drawing.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think you're hard to buy for?
I don't know.
I feel like I am like the easiest person in the world to buy for. I feel like I have like so many things that I would just,
I am not hard to buy for. It's just like I don't need anything.
yeah,
And
I get that.
I mean, I'm grateful for
Right.
whatever I get. I would never be upset about getting something, but
Yeah.
there's nothing that I need. And
Yeah. I get
just
that.
downsized so much that,
I get that.
yeah. So I'm like, don't waste your money. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather go out and do something with somebody.
Okay.
And,
I like that too.
yeah.
I like that too.
Because we've already accumulated so much stuff at this point in our lives
That's
that
very true.
I would much rather, like, let's go mini golfing or
Yeah.
let's, whatever.
Right. Go to an
It doesn't need to
escape
be like,
room or whatever.
it doesn't need to be a vacation. Like, it could
Right.
be just something small. Let's go out for
But
dinner.
if you want to go to
I
Fiji,
mean, I am not opposed
my
to.
passport is ready.
Yes.
So we were up for paperweights,
Mm-hmm.
vacations, hygiene products, and our stockings.
We're not hard to please.
I don't see the problem with any of our lists.
I don't think I'm hard to shop for. I don't need anything, and I would rather do something with you, spend time with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like my love
Mhm.
language.
Yeah,
It's
time.
time. Yeah, I'm not materialistic, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to turn down a diamond, but
Right. Or 7. One for each finger.
that would be 10. Unless you're the am I the a-hole guy.
Rabbit. That was terrible. Which ones? Now I'm trying to figure out which ones I forgot. I can't start laughing or I'll cough. Like, even if I thought, okay, I want to include my thumbs, I still have 8.
Thumbs though.
Right, but people try to pull you. They're like, how many fingers am I holding up? You're like, that's a thumb. But which one of these guys did I forget? I forgot one of my fingers. I sound like a smoker.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, I said 7. I forgot 2 of them. Now I feel bad that I forgot one twice.
It would only be 3 that you'd have to get rid of.
How many is that?
That's 2. Then you have to get rid of one more.
Okay. And a calculator. I'd like a calculator for Christmas. Never mind, I have one on my phone.
That's awesome. Okay. Good job.
Proud of myself.
Am I the a-hole?
Let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Okay.
Do I have to read it?
Oh, do you want me to read
I'm
it?
just kidding. No. Okay. Am I the a-hole for ruining Christmas and being upset the only gifts I got from my family were joke gifts? Some background. My family likes to play pranks with Christmas and birthday gifts. It's nothing new. I, female 21, as well as my 5 siblings from 29 to 37 years old, have all been pranked on our birthdays and on Christmas, and usually it's 1 or 2 gifts. This Christmas, though, I was the only person to get all joke gifts. For example, I unwrapped a MacBook from my brother, but when I opened it, it was just some chocolate, which I don't eat, so I gave it away. It's your own fault, homie. And the MacBook was actually given to my sister inside a bag she wanted. Yeah, that's scrappy. Another gift was Another gift was what I thought a book I put on my Christmas list, but it was actually just the book cover put on a dictionary. When I asked my mom about the book, she told me she gave it to my sister-in-law.
She must have been on the naughty list.
Mm-hmm. This went on with each present my siblings or parents had given me. AirPods was just a charger block, adapter. Gift cards were used and had 0 balance. A card with Monopoly money, and so on, totaling about 12 joke gifts. I realized I went out of my way to get everyone something they wanted or they'd like and didn't get anything. At this point, I was so bummed, so I went to the living room to watch TV with my boyfriend. At dinner, they were all talking about how much they loved their gifts, and when my dad asked why I hadn't said anything about mine, I said there wasn't much to say. Everyone but my boyfriend laughed, and my mom said it was no big deal as everyone else also got some joke gifts. I told her every gift I got was a joke gift and that the ones they got was also followed by a real one. My dad told me I needed to relax as I'm making a big deal about it and I'd have next Christmas to get the stuff on my list. I'm sad.
That makes me very sad.
Not wanting to go back and forth, I told my boyfriend I wanted to leave and we can spend the rest of Christmas break with his family and then go home. My family got mad and told me not to go, to just stay because it wasn't serious. I left and put my phone on Do Not Disturb during the drive, but by the time we got to my boyfriend's parents' house, I had several missed calls and texts from them calling me names like ungrateful, sensitive, and childish. They said I ruined Christmas and made my parents upset because I left. The next day, I exchanged and opened gifts with my boyfriend and his family, and one of the gifts I had gotten was the book I wanted,
Aww.
the book my mom pretended to gift me. I posted it on my Instagram story, and not even 0 minutes after posting it, my sister sent a screenshot of my story to the family group chat, and they basically got mad at me for leaving and telling me I ruined Christmas over some presents. They told me I owe everyone, especially my parents, an apology because my mom spent New Year's sad because of my actions.
Wow.
Now, I just want an outside party to tell me if I'm the a-hole here. Am I in the wrong for being upset about the gifts and leaving after reading their messages and sitting on this for a few days? I'm now feeling like maybe I was upset over nothing and need to apologize to them. Gonna edit as there may have been some misunderstanding. My Christmas list didn't include expensive gifts, nor was I upset I didn't receive expensive gifts. I was merely upset because of being pranked with everything I got and being the only person who didn't get a real present. That's all. Another thing I'll address is I didn't do anything to my family which would warrant them doing this. The last, quote, big argument I had was with my sister, which was over a year and a half ago. Thank you for the replies, and I will try my best to reply to comments while I'm at work. Editing once more to add, I participated in joke gifts when I was a kid. Hadn't participated in the last 10 plus years because I didn't enjoy it or find it funny, which they do know. I will reply with more info if needed when I'm on break or have time to reply. And I'm familiar with the term scapegoat, but truthfully, I don't fully understand, so I will research that as well.
I don't like her family. I think that that is mean unless like they were gonna pull out at the end of the night her gifts.
Yeah.
Um, but to call her names,
If everybody is getting nothing but joke gifts,
yeah.
that's fine.
But to give the other sister a MacBook and she got chocolate,
Right. Which she doesn't even like or
yeah,
can't eat. Yeah, I think that they're very inconsiderate
yeah.
and they're very selfish.
And like I wouldn't find that funny. Like even
I wouldn't either.
like as a mom, I
No,
wouldn't find that funny.
no, I wouldn't either. I'm not a fan of joke gifts.
No.
Like, I don't like going to things where you're spending money on gifts just for people to basically not do anything with.
Yeah. Mm-mm. No, I don't like that
Especially
shit.
when, because you do try to put thought in, like when you go to one of these white elephant things when you don't know who's going to get it. So you're like, somebody's going to like this. So you make a basket of whatever and you come home with like a toilet lid that sings. Like, I'm not speaking from experience or anything.
The twerking Santa.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not a fan of joke gifts.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of this.
Or that. No, or that.
No. Mm-mm. All right. Well, you are not the a-hole.
No, you're not.
Your family is.
Yeah, and I'm glad you got that book.
Me too.
You want to
Good,
read this one?
good job, future in-laws.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Am I the a-hole for demanding the same Christmas present my stepbrother got? I sound like a real a-hole, but I've completely lost my mind over this. I'm 17 and my stepbrother is 17. We both have our driver's license. I just found out 5 days ago that my dad and stepmom bought a used car for my brother. They got me a $600 gift card to Best Buy. I know $600 is a lot of money, but what the F? Am I crazy or is this super unfair? It's literally the straw that broke the gosh darn camel's back. I'm actually so mad that I've moved to my mom's house full time. My dad seems to genuinely be sorry and told me he's looking for a car now, but that it'll take a little while. I messaged him back saying that I'll decide if I want to see him after he decides to be fair for once. I've ignored all other calls and messages from him since. My stepbrother messaged me saying that I need to chill and that he'll let me use the car. He also said that I need to stop complaining and ruining everyone's Christmas. I told him to get in his Civic and F off. Am I the a-hole? But there was a follow-up to this.
Okay.
But no, I don't think he is.
I don't think so either.
Update to the previous story. Here's the update some of you have been asking for. I decided I needed a break from my dad and his family, so I spent the holidays exclusively at my mom's house. I will most likely not be continuing the week on and off arrangement at my dad's house this year. The reason I initially got for my dad is that apparently I'm better at getting rides, while my stepbrother keeps bugging them for rides. So your stepbrother is unpopular
Right.
and has no friends.
Right. Got it.
And also because my stepbrother is there full time and I'm only there every other week. I think that's total BS. He knows how difficult it has been to get my part-time job. My stepbrother doesn't even have a job. Like, geez, I'm obviously replacing all the language. And now the custody BS is my problem? I don't think so. I took the gift card and told my dad not to bother getting me a car. I'm currently borrowing my grandmom's 2002 Corolla and I love it. And all I have to do in exchange is drive my grandma around whenever she wants.
Perfect.
It's awesome. We have a blast going around town. Love that.
I know, I know.
There are a lot of different judgments on my initial post, but at least I know that I'm not completely crazy. People might think I'm being an entitled brat, and that's fair, but I was legit so grateful for the gift card, I was freaking out. But I felt so stupid when I found out what my stepbrother got. It's not that I needed a car, I just wanted to be treated equally. This is the first time ever I've actually been resentful about having my stepbrother in my life, which I don't want to feel, but it's the truth. They could have bought 2 cars for what they spent on my stepbrother's car.
I was gonna ask that.
I don't hate my dad, but I realize that I can't really expect him to do right by me without me complaining about it. He's been sending money to my mother now since I'm here full time. Some of that money is used to pay for my insurance. He does text me a few times a week and I reply, but I don't really have a long conversations with him. I know he's sorry and he wants me around, but I just need some space from him. It kind of sucks realizing that a parent might not love you as much as you thought they did.
Oh,
But I'm sure our relationship will improve in time. I'm on track for college this year and I want to focus on school and put this all behind me. I'll be one of the few people from our family going to college, so everyone's pretty excited. I don't think he's the a-hole. I would be upset too at 17, especially.
yeah.
And
Especially in that dynamic when you've got the step parents and the step siblings. Fairness is huge at that point.
yes,
And
they're the same age.
they're the same age, and as long as they are well behaved or behave the same and same grades, like
Yeah,
relatively equal in that kind of stuff, then they need to be treated equally.
agreed.
Because I was wondering, like, did they just get him a $600 beater card to drive around?
It doesn't sound like
It
it.
doesn't sound like it either.
He's got a Honda Civic.
Yeah, which they retain value very well.
I love that he drives his grandma around and they have fun
I
together.
do too. That's pretty cute.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
pretty cute. I don't think that they are the a-hole.
No.
That's a bummer.
And like it's like that makes me sad that his dad
Yeah.
kind of really flopped on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the excuse that they gave him.
Right. Sorry, you're just better at getting rides. So
You
you're
have more
basically
friends.
punishing me because I have more friends.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Okay, so now people who don't read or have not
Mm-hmm.
read the book and you don't want the spoilers,
Mm-hmm.
now is your time to
Or if
leave.
you don't know how to read, let us know and we'll help you. Sorry.
That's what audiobooks are for.
I made myself laugh just thinking about us trying to teach people how to read.
I teach nothing.
Oh, no, me neither.
I have like that's I didn't go into that profession for a reason.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-mm.
Okay, audiobooks.
Um,
So, goodbye those of you who don't want to listen.
but if you are leaving, please like, share, and tell your friends that you love us.
Yep, thanks. Okay,
All right.
now to the people we like the best. I'm just kidding.
To our fellow readers,
Right.
our fellow bookworms.
Nerds.
Well, listen,
Our intellectuals.
at this age, we're not nerds anymore.
I never would have classified myself as an intellectual.
No.
When I think of Steph, I think intellectual.
You're right. That has never come out of anybody's mouth ever. Thank you, me.
Well, we're going to change their opinion. I'm going to get a shirt that says, I'm with the intellectual. It points towards you. Okay.
All right, homie.
Yeah. Ho ho homie.
All right. So this week we read Christmas Presents by Lisa Unger, which it was a short book. It was
Yes.
like 5 hours long.
Mhm.
For audiobook.
Yep.
Which I appreciate sometimes.
I know.
All right. So our little blurb. Instead of presents this Christmas, a true crime podcaster is opening up a cold case. Madeline Martin has built a life for herself as the young owner of a thriving business, the Next Chapter Bookshop. Side note, awesome.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Loved it.
Despite her tragic childhood and now needing to care for her infirm father, when Harley Granger, a failed novelist turned true crime podcaster, drifts into her shop in the days before Christmas, he seems intent on digging up events that Madeline would much rather forget. She's the only surviving victim of Evan Handy, the man who was convicted of murdering her best friend Steph and is suspected of the disappearance of 2 sisters, also good friends of Maddie, who have been missing for nearly a decade. It's an investigation that has obsessed her father, Sheriff James Martin, right up until his stroke took his faculties. Harley Granger has a gift for seeing things that others miss. He wasn't much of a novelist, but his work as a true crime author and podcaster has earned him fame and wealth, and some serious criticisms for his various unethical practices. Still visiting Little Valley to be closer to his dying father has caused him to look into a case that many people think is closed and some want reopened. And he has a lot of questions about the night Stephanie Kramer was killed. Ainsley and Sam Wallace disappeared, and Maddie Martin was left for dead, bleeding out on a riverbank. Since Evan Handy went to jail, 3 other young women have gone missing, most recently a young college dropout named Lolly. 5 young women missing in the same area in a decade. Are they connected? Was Evan Handy innocent after all, or was there someone else there that night? Someone who is still satisfying his dark appetites. As as Christmas approaches and a blizzard bears down, Maddie and her childhood friend Badger return to a past that they both hoped was dead, to find Lolly and to answer questions that have haunted them both. Discovering the truth is more terrible and much closer to home than they think.
Da-da. Okay. So this book starts out with Maddie
Mm-hmm.
working at her job.
It starts out with Lolly
Lolly
going
working
missing.
at her. Who was working at the job? Because it reminded me of me. Because they were talking about she was lithe and graceful on stage, and she was really tiny as she
A
worked.
topless dancer.
Yes. Yeah, I saw myself in that character.
So it starts out with this girl going missing.
Yes.
And then we go to Maddie and her bookshop.
Yes.
Which I think is so freaking cool.
I love that. I love that, the next chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm jumping around in this book. We go past, present. We kind of jump around. Done really well.
I think so, yeah.
Followed it. No problems.
I would have liked more of the past.
Yeah.
But it was what is it, novella?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much time.
Right.
But I would have liked more background.
100%. I would have too. Like, why is he called Badger?
That he doesn't like that.
And he doesn't like it. Right. Yeah.
There was a part in the book that said people thought that Maddie knew more than she was letting on.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't see that. Like, you didn't get any of that from
right.
any of the story.
I wondered if people just thought that, because how could she have lived through this and not know more than she's...
Yeah, but like I didn't see anybody being rude to her. Like,
right.
Like,
that was the only time that was
Yeah.
mentioned or even thought about. It never was portrayed somewhere else.
I really thought it was going to be like people weren't coming into her
Right.
bookstore because they thought she knew,
right.
or she
like
was
there
part of this. Or
Yes. Yeah.
So it was just a weird little. I'm like, well, where is this
right.
going?
It was, what's it called? Red herring.
Yeah.
Where it dropped it in there, but there was nowhere else for it to
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Do you think that Badger knew?
I do.
I do too. Because did you catch that he didn't want her to call 911 when they found Lolly?
Yeah. So I actually listened to it twice. It was
Okay.
a short book, and I listened to it like so quickly. So I went and did it again, and knowing the outcome, listening to it, trying to see what I think he knew.
I do too.
Yeah, because he didn't want her to call. And there was just some other situations where he tried to deter her from following the path of trying to figure things out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
Uh-huh.
it was weird.
Yeah.
So if you're following along with us,
Yeah.
Badger's brother
Yes.
was the bad guy.
Yes.
And was burying these women at their family cabin.
Chet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like a creepy name.
Yeah. Did you
Sorry
know
if there's any
Chet's
Chets out there.
I went to school with a kid named Chet. He was a nice kid, but
No, I didn't
it's
know
the
anything.
weirdest name. Sounds like a douchebag. This is a douchebag episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that name. But so yeah, it was Badger's brother.
And like they all babied him growing up.
Right.
So that was heartbreaking that he did this. But then also the podcaster dude told Maddie that like all these women have gone missing and they look like you.
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, my mind went to, I thought at first it was Badger.
Badger, right.
Which I think is like the common conclusion that you would try to come
And that's
to.
what they want you to come to, I
Right.
think.
Like being obsessed with her. But like,
Yeah.
was the little brother obsessed with her? Because she had a very mothering role to him
Right.
growing up.
Right.
I want to know details.
Right. Or did they happen to look like Maddie?
All of them, though?
Well, maybe Maddie just looks like somebody else. I don't know. But that was a little bit of a loose end.
Yeah.
I will say, like, there was not really a lot of you find out who did it, and you get the closure with that kind of stuff, but you don't really get the whys.
And then how do you feel about the communication with Evan in jail with Chet?
With Chet, I want to know what they were talking about.
I really, half of me really thinks that Badger's still in on it, like he was helping his brother.
Yeah. You think so?
I don't know. It's just creepy to me.
It was just, I liked this book, but there were a lot of pieces to it, like the Evan thing, and then Chet, and then all the different girls. And some of it went well together, and some of it didn't really get any conclusion to it, now that I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still like the book.
Yeah. I mean, I was in.
Yeah.
Quickly.
I wanted to hear more about Evan.
Yeah, that's like I want background,
Right. Like
but
we hear about them when they're younger.
mhm.
But yeah, I want
Briefly though, it wasn't
right.
much.
It wasn't enough.
No,
Yeah.
and then we don't really know. It just says these emails back and forth were kind of like
Yeah.
they don't go into detail of what the
Right.
emails said. It was
Right.
just,
How did you feel about the ending with Maddie and Badger?
oh, I didn't like it.
I felt like they don't have to end up together.
Well, he professed his love, left his wife, and
Right. Well, when I went back and listened to it the second time, and it starts out in the book, him and Rebecca are at their house because they're still married and they seem like they're doing okay. But I mean, like, why can't they just be childhood friends? Like, why do they have to? You know what I'm saying? Just it was unnecessary to me.
yeah.
I mean, okay, I get it. Him and his wife split up, and that's fine. But she doesn't have to end up with call me Steve. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that part.
I wasn't either. No, I don't know. Like, I really liked the book, and like I said, it kept
I
me,
did too,
kept
but
me
it sounds
interested.
kind of like I don't, but I really did.
I know it kept me. I mean, I was in the whole time.
Yeah.
But I wanted more from it.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to say it. I mean, I read it and I listened to it again. So obviously I didn't hate it. But just questions, there's closure, but there's still loose ends.
Mhm.
And there's some stuff that just didn't make sense, like that didn't have to happen. You don't have to have everybody end on a high note. Like it's okay for, just everybody
Yeah.
to move on,
I
whatever. So
initially thought that Maddie was going to get with the podcaster dude,
oh well, yeah, I did too.
but
And I thought her dad was gonna be some involved in the missing girls
mhm.
somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Too many questions left unanswered.
Yeah, 100%, but still not a bad book.
No,
We've read worse.
what would you give it?
Like a 6.
Yeah, I was thinking like yeah, 5, 6.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like middle of the road for me.
right.
Kept me
Like,
interested.
kept me interested,
Just still have questions.
entertaining, but especially in retrospect, when I'm really trying to analyze it, I'm like, hey, what happened? So yeah,
Uh,
6-ish.
Okay. Well, better than some of them. We finished
Absolutely.
this one.
Absolutely. Yay, us. Yay, us. So next week,
Yes.
no book next week.
No. Because we are taking a week off.
Yep.
But we are going to play our first full episode that we ever aired.
Cannot wait to hear how amazeballs we were then.
So if you have never listened to it, or if you did and you just don't remember it like me, because I really don't remember what we even talked about back then,
Right.
we are going to replay that for you, and we will see you after New Year's.
Sounds good. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Please like, subscribe, tell your friends that you love us because we love you back.
That'd be great. We love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.